Hey, this is CRL, and I'm going to be doing some legendary farming today. And to do this, it's actually pretty easy. First, you want to start off by going to the auction house, buying a lot of Magic Find gear. Just go to Magic Find, go to your main set. I'm using a Demon Hunter, so I'd go to Dexterity. This is a real money auction house, but yeah, you get the idea. You go through all these different quests. You can do any quest in the game as long as it's from Act 1 and you have enough DPS. Right now I'm at 30,000 DPS with my Magic Find gear on. I'm just going to sell this stuff. And you can expect about probably 3 to 4 legendaries per day farming this way. Obviously it's not like you're going to get a legendary every second, but you will get a lot of legendaries this way. A lot of people played for over 200 hours, haven't even seen a legendary yet. And it's probably because they've just been, farming, gold farming, farming with regular DPS gear. So what I do is I like to load up on stacks first. Right now you can see I have like 35,000 DPS with my Magic Find gear. Let me just go through my Magic Find gear really quick. Yeah. Dex, Magic Find, Dex, Magic Find, Dex, Magic Find, everything Magic Find. I also loaded up my follower with a bunch of Magic Find. Um, that way I can just squeeze out, I think, 24 more Magic Find. And once I get these rares, I'll have an extra 75. If you want, you can go back to your DPS gear, which I'm going to do right now, just in case you have a lot of trouble with certain rares. But you don't have to do this. This part is just an optional part. You just need a lot of Magic Find. You don't really need the 5 stacks. I just like having them. And it's really simple to grab these 5 stacks in the beginning. One key thing to note is that 40% of all legendaries drop from elite packs, and you come across these elite packs quite often. Just want to load up on a few more stacks. Now, if I could show you guys how to farm legendaries in under 2 minutes and prove it to you, I would definitely do that. But if anybody's played Diablo 3, they know that legendaries do not drop that often. I just want to go through the gist of it if you guys don't have the time, really. You just want to put on a lot of Magic Find gear. Go to a spot where you can farm. If you can't farm Act 1 Inferno, then take a trip to Act 3 Hell Mode. It drops similar gear to Act 1 Inferno, so you're not missing out on too much. Once I get my 5 stacks, I want to show you how much Magic Find I have. I have 3 stacks right now. This is the Festering Woods waypoint. If you want to get stacks, it's really quick to get stacks. Right here, Warrior's Rest and the other dungeon, they both have one guaranteed rare pack. And so do the dungeons in... Oh, reflect damage. So do the dungeons in the cemetery waypoint. Just finish up this one rare. Okay, cool. So now I got 4 stacks. I'm okay with 4 stacks. Let me just show you my magic find with my magic find gear on. I have 341 magic find. That means with one more stack, I would have 356 magic find. It might seem like a lot because a lot of people have roughly like 200 magic find, but this is with 4 stacks on. All right, now to the legendary farm. I like to start at Cathedral level 3, just because there's a lot of stuff to loot around here. When you're farming legendaries, you don't want to just go for the monsters. You want to loot all of these little like barrels and turnover bodies and stuff. You don't really want to farm like hold on. You don't really just want to farm these normal monsters. I think the average rate for a legendary drop from a normal monster is like 30,000 kills. So unless you want to spend a week farming these normal monsters to get a legendary, I suggest you really just open every barrel, every chest you see with your magic find gear on. Okay, now we got a oh. Keep in mind that if you have the magic find gear on, it's not going to be easy to take stuff down, and I am pushing it by doing Act 1 Inferno. And Inferno is by no means easy, even in Act 1. It might be, slightly easier than Act 2 and Act 3, but it's still really tough, even for me with 30,000 DPS.
My hatred is too low.
You want to kite as much as possible, because with this magic find gear on, you're not going to be able to do any tanking. You want to open all these lootable things. Everything has a chance to drop a legendary. Looks like there's not much here. But you can expect about 3 to 4 legendaries per day doing this. It's not going to be within the first hour, probably. Maybe in the second, maybe in the third, you'll see your first legendary. Especially with 300 plus magic find. Okay, I have 5 stacks now, so yeah, I have 356 magic find. You can see that. Not really worried about the gold find. It doesn't really have anything to do with magic find. But, extra gold doesn't help. I mean, doesn't hurt. And really, it's just farming all this stuff. Like I said, you're probably not going to get a legendary from a regular monster. It's probably going to be from a rare pack. And I know it can be tough farming these rare packs. But if you work on your gear, get up to that level, then yeah, eventually you'll be able to farm pretty efficiently. Yeah. With this armor rack. One thing to note is when you're farming legendaries, you want to be sure that you know what can drop. In Act 1 Inferno, you can get legendaries up to level 60, but you can also get legendaries that are level 51 and above too. Um, there are some legendaries that are limited to Act 2 Inferno and beyond, and they might be more profitable, but this is just purely for a guide at farming legendaries, so I'm not worried too much about what really drops, unless it's a legendary. I do want to show you guys how many legendaries I actually have just by doing this. It's pretty efficient to farm legendaries actually. Over the course of, probably a couple of hours of farming, I got 2 Hell Racks, Stone Gauntlets, a Cinder Coat. I also got, a, a few legendaries that I sold on the Real Money Auction House, and an Andariel's Visage. So if that doesn't give you motivation, I don't know what will. Because it was actually a Dexterity Andariel's Visage that I sold for 10 million. I was pretty happy about that. It was actually from one of the rare packs in here, so that's why I came back here. Open all these barrels. Want a legendary to drop. Be great for this guide. Oh, I got reflect damage. And there's a huge incentive to farm these rare packs, even though they might be a little difficult. Because like I said, 40% of the legendaries that drop are from rare packs.
I tried to count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was bothered by somebody interrupting this guide and the stream. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, you wanna get these elite packs because they do drop the most legendaries, apart from all the other monsters.
Need more time.
If I could do these guides without interruptions, I definitely would, but unfortunately I don't have the means to do so.